Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's Fola here, and I wanted to come on and pull some cards, give a little bit of an intuitive message for you as we begin in this year 2025. So, this is for the members, and I'm gonna keep it just a voice so you can really tap into the words, the vibration of what I have to say. So, to start us off, we have the Seven of Swords. It depicts these seven swords erect, pointing up towards the sky, where the clouds seem to be kind of like parting, and I'm reminding myself or seeing with that image the whole concept of Moses who parts the Red Sea so that the Israelite people, the Hebrew people, can leave Egypt, escape their tormentors, I guess we could say. Um, and next to that, we now have from the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Swords, so almost showing this like evolution where there is maybe you're facing or have been feeling that you're facing this battle or wall, something that's very difficult to pass. But both of these cards actually are pretty much the same image, except you just have two more swords. The image of the Nine of Swords also shows these swords erect in the sky, pointed toward these parting clouds. And what I'm thinking here, we're having the image of, I guess, here is the reminder that even with those people, and Moses leading them through the Red Sea, there was a backing of support from Spirit. There was a backing of invisible guides, so to speak, that really had their back. And so the same goes for you. Spirit has your back. And we have here also the Three of Cups. So, this recollection of the emotional balance of the mother, of the three supernals, because it's literally these three cups in like a triangle formation in the midst of water. So the three supernals are the three energies that kind of birth the rest of creation. They are your parents, if so to speak. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands, showing again this idea. Interesting, we have a couple seven energies here. This idea of like that which you are creating in your world right now. Okay. There seems to be something like, and I'm seeing in the background here this tree, the tree that has like all its leaves that have fallen off. Something that represents usually, the energy of winter, which we are in right now, at least in the northern hemisphere, the bareness, the death energy. And yet, with seven, with this like concept of Netzach, which is a Venusian or Venus energy, there's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of tie to how the things may look in your life. Something that's been showing up lately is how our lives may not always look or seem very glamorous or seem like they're put together. And yet, this backing behind you of these two other swords, these two other energies, and two being the sphere of Chokmah, the sphere of the Father, there's something there. And that also ties to wisdom. So you have an energy of wisdom behind you. Okay. Now, a few cards have just fallen out of my hand, all of them being representative, it looks like, of people. So we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Chariot, and we have the Page of Cups. So two cup energies. It really does feel as though there's something being given to you, like a gift of a spiritual nature, of a balancing of your emotional state. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing too with the Wheel of Fortune card that is with this particular kind of like medieval tarot deck. It shows a woman on a throne, a queen, rising up on top of the Wheel of Fortune. There are two different beings kind of like holding on to the wheel. For it looks like they're grasping for dear life. And underneath is a man who is holding up this wheel and in a kneeling position. He looks almost like a wrestler, like he's really just trying to lift it up, just showing, I guess, the intensity of the journey, the struggles. Um, and there are two trees on both sides, one that's in its full bloom in the springtime, and one that's in its red leaves in the autumn, fall. And you can see kind of like almost like what I was seeing with the barren branches of the tree, except the roots are the roots aren't in the ground. It looks like the roots are actually hovering over the ground. So what I'm seeing with this, again, there's something about this period. We are kind of like right in the middle of the transition into or between fall and spring equinoxes. We've just had the winter equinox. And so there is something here for you about this work. What it feels like maybe like this constant transition. It's just something I've been hearing from clients lately. This feeling like, oh, is it just going to give? You're still holding up this wheel, like for this glorified version of yourself, which I think is identified as this queen energy sitting on the top of the wheel in the exalted sphere, the exalted phase of life. Okay. And this is part of the hero's journey. But these there's two cups that the page and the knight both hold in their hand. Both of them are emitting water. Okay, one of the cards shows the knight riding the horse, so a bit of an ease there, and the other one shows the page standing by the water. Both of them kind of in the same sort of environment. Okay, there's something here about that one cup that you hold, the one that really is bringing you a sense of life. So we're going to call in that Holy Grail energy, something that's been showing up, that chalice, that vessel, that is you, that is your body, that also holds the energy of spirit. So you can imagine whatever type of vessel shows up for you now. Seeing this is almost like the way in which you're going to be traveling between the spirit realm and the material realm, traveling through this journey that is your life of this wheel of fortune. This completion energy, by the way, which is the 10. Whatever that grail, whatever that cup looks like for you, just trusting it's sharing messages as it feels it is ready to share with you, that you are ready for it this particular moment. Let's see what message has the grail for the collective here. And I'm feeling a lot of fire in the belly with this, so maybe there's an awakening right now in the abdomen. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, okay, we have the King of Wands, which is very fire energy, the energy of manifestation. And we also have the Ace of Cups right next to it. So there's this there's this like recognition of the power that you hold, the spiritual energy, this very feminine, creative, birthing energy that holds things. It holds all of life. That is the essence of water. Next to the fiery king, the person who has mastered the masculine aspect, I guess we could say, mastered the ability to manifest, and also has mastered, because I see him sitting on a throne, but on the flooring is actually black and white checkered floor, representing too back to that chariot energy, the polarity energy, the polarity of the trees where we've had spring and autumn on both sides of the Wheel of Fortune. There's something here. And noting his crown has three kind of like points, with the middle point being the tallest, highest point, reaching to literally the Keter, the crown energy, the and beyond, we should say, because the vessel is filled by the light, and that light is that Ein Sof Ur, the energy. There's three kind of creative energies above the tree of life that sparked everything. The, dare I call it, lowest or the closest to the physical manifestation would be the limitless light, Ein Sof Ur. So there's something here about that reaching for that divine light, letting it fill, charging up the belly, charging up the womb, the pelvis with, that cup energy where it kind of sits, and letting that light, letting that fire transmute and bring forth whatever it is that wants to come through for you as you start off this year of 2025, calling forth that spiritual guidance that is existing and supporting you before you, behind you, on all sides. Okay, as you continue to travel through and experience what these gifts are, what this desired inspiration is that wants to come through. It really is the life. It is life. It's your life. It's your purpose. At the bottom of the deck, I'm just going to pull the next 3 cards that are present. We have the Hierophant. We have the High Priestess. Oh, and we have the Sun. Okay. And I want to just say right beneath that, we also have the Queen of Wands. So the counterpart to the King, which is beautiful. Oh my gosh, so many cards underneath. I'm going to stop. The Hierophant and the High Priestess, both spiritual teachers, guides, represented one of the feminine, one of the masculine, both of them standing between 2 pillars, raised on a platform or altar above that checkered floor. So they are like elevated as well. And these are the spiritual energies that you can tap into. These are like your guides, so to speak, but they are also you. You are the high priestess. You have the energies of the teacher, the hierophant, who can share that kind of like papal figure. Okay. It's like your divine gift to recognize that your learnings, your healing, your guidance, whatever it is that's showing up, is meant to also contribute to the evolution of humanity in whichever way you feel called to share. This does not mean you have to start being a tarot reader or a healer, like Reiki practitioner, or whatever it might be. But you probably feel a call inside of you. That's that cup. It's something that wants to like come through you, be birthed to share out. Because in all those 3 cup cards, or the 3 out of the 4, the 3 of cups, they're in like submerged in the water. There's no water coming out. It looks like the cups are almost empty. But in the other 3, the cups are filled and they're emitting water out in this beautiful, like Celtic sort of drawing, is how the cards have depicted it. But at the end, we have the Sun card. And in the Sun card, there's a beautiful sun, the same sun that's on the Wheel of Fortune, pretty much. And then there's a like light behind it, kind of like I would say it's actually the spiritual sun, which is something that's been showing up, like not just our solar system sun, but then the very large spiritual sun, that Ein Sof Ur is what I'm identifying it as, with 2 angels kind of playing in the energy, and all these sunflowers beneath, growing out of green grass, but at the very beneath bottom, I guess you could say, you can see kind of like a cross section into the earth. And it's like looks cracky, but I think it's actually the roots of the flowers. But there's something here about the birth coming from the darkness. These flowers were seeds that were in the earth, in the black darkness, couldn't see anything that was going above it, couldn't see the green, beautiful landscape, couldn't see those angelic beings, couldn't see the sun that was shining brightly, and yet now they are emitting their petals, their leaves, the stems, their thorns, I guess, depending. These are sunflowers, so I guess they don't have thorns. And they are mimicking through a reflection the way the artist has drawn these flowers in the sun, the same sort of like emblem. So these flowers are literally mirrors of the sun, literally mirrors of the divine light. And that is you. That's all of us. We are all mirrors in our own unique way with our own unique stories. So recognizing each person has that, and we are all growing together. The Sun card is just a beautiful card. So I feel like that's where I'm going to leave it off for you. If you like this message, let me know in the comments, what stood out to you the most. How is it you are stepping into your next year? And if you need more support with any of this, if you haven't already checked out my new book, The 72 Names of God, The Magical Grimoire, you can do so great way to work with the divine energies, the 72 names of God known in Kabbalah, as a way to really bring about lasting transformation in your life. It's a practical guide you can follow step by step, with ways to meditate, with the different talismans, so you can actually meditate and practice with each name, and insights about what each name might represent in terms of a theme in your life. And of course, I'm always available for one-on-one support if you would like to dive into really transforming things, turning your shit into gold. You can reach out to me, book a soul alchemy session. The links for all these things are down in the description below. And until the next time, you guys, appreciate you being here. Many blessings to you, and I will see you in another video, another journey. Bye.